is basically how I do this everyday makeup as someone who has post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, aka dark spots all over my face, and active acne. This is how I'm able to achieve a result like this that is not cakey, but most of my blemishes are well covered up, but without the makeup being cakey or too much. This is just like a light, no makeup everyday makeup, quick makeup with minimal products. So if you want to know how I achieve this look, keep watching. Now get you a concealer shade that is very close to your skin tone, i.e. a concealer shade that is either exactly your skin shade or slightly darker, maybe one shade darker. Today I'm using the Huda Beauty Full Filter Concealer in Hazelnut. I love this concealer. It has medium to full coverage. I just apply that on every spot I have on my face, or every spot area, because I have clusters of spots in particular areas. So I just apply that thinly on those dark spots. This just sort of acts as a color corrector because of the shade, and it's not going to be too warm like the way an orange color corrector would come across as. I blend that in with a fluffy brush, just tippling it into my skin, ensuring that the product is not moving, but it is staying exactly where I want covered, which is where my clusters of dark spots are. And I just love how this blends beautifully into my skin without being cakey. It is very, very skin-like on my skin. It looks like in fact, if I go out like this, I think I would have achieved the job of covering my blemishes and just having this flawless complexion, no dark spots inside. So this is what you would do if you have dark spots like me and you just want to have that effortless base for your makeup. Because it's winter, I'm definitely leaning towards a dewy finish, and I am getting exactly that. Now, the next step is to take a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than you. I'm using the Born This Way concealer in Maple, and I'm just applying that on the high point of my face. Now you can see that I did not apply it directly under my eyes, just because I don't want too much product directly under my eyes, because that's the area that tends to crease. This is an everyday look. We do not want any creasing, so we're going to just apply it just below the under eye and allow it to dry a bit. While it's drying, I'm going to apply my blush, and my blush placement is going to be just directly below my concealer placement, just to form like a C on my cheekbone. And I'm going to start blending from the blush to the concealer. What I mean by that is that I'm going to blend the blush into the concealer so that everything is seamlessly blended in. Of course, I'm going to also blend in my chin and my forehead and my nose, just ever so slightly, so that I'm not totally removing the coverage. I am using very light stippling of the product into my skin. Here is another angle just to see that blending technique. Start with the blush and then blend into the concealer. It just gives a seamless blend, and just ensure you blend, but don't remove all the products. You still want some product left on your face. Just blend lightly, light taps with a very damp beauty blender. That's what I'm using here, and just make sure that everything looks seamless. There's no demarcation between one product and your skin, or from one product to the other. Let everything be seamlessly blended like how it's looking right now. And honestly, the most important part, especially if you are going for a dewy finish, is to have your skincare base very, very hydrating. Yes, clock it. Now I'm going to set everything with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, just because I want my skin to remain dewy all through the day. And this is what my skin is looking like. It is giving slick skin. There is no cakiness anywhere. As you can see, my skin looks like skin. It doesn't look like I have a lot of products or a lot of makeup on my face, and that is exactly what we're trying to achieve. If I'm using this makeup for maybe 1 or 2 hours, I can actually go out like this because I really love how dewy my skin looks. However, if you want it to last all day, we are going to have to set everything with a powder. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty setting powder. I'm going to use a fluffy brush because I don't want a lot of product on it, and I'm going to take it and dust it off and then spread it on my hands just to ensure that the product is evenly distributed all through the brush. Then apply it under my eye to set the concealer in place, and that's what I'm going to do for both eyes. The key is to layer. If you want like a more, just layer the product little by little. Don't go and bake. It's going to make your makeup look cakey, and it's also going to give you flashbacks. So layering the setting powder is very important. Just go little at a time and just set everywhere you put your bright concealer. That is your under eye, the forehead, the nose, and the chin. Just setting the places I highlighted with the Born This Way concealer. I'm going to set every other area of my face with a pressed powder that is exactly my skin shade. I'm using this one from Charlotte Tilbury as well. I love how lightweight it is. I am seriously running out. I got the mini version just to test it out, and I actually like it. I'm using it to just set every other part of my face, just to ensure the longevity of the makeup. That is why we set with powder, to ensure your makeup lasts longer and to make sure the concealer doesn't shift from where you've placed it gently. At this point, the makeup is technically complete, but for somebody like me who does not like to skip blush, I'm just applying a slight amount of blush on my cheeks, just to bring some color back to my face. I'm not applying a lot. This is a no makeup look. I just want it to look, my cheeks to look a bit flushed, even my nose, just ever so slightly. Now, just to make sure that dewy skin is the goal, I'm going to apply the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray to just bring back some glow to my face, some glow that the powder might have slightly taken away back to my face. And this is what we have. If you're like me and you have dark spots and you're trying to achieve a flawless no makeup routine, I think you should follow this one and let me know how it goes. Toodles, bye.